Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. We have another beautiful, cloudy, rainy, wet, foggy morning here in Michigan. 11 seconds on the timer. So welcome. It is February 20th. We have Saturn and Neptune joining together in 0 degrees of Aries. So birthing, creating. Yes, and it's fascinating because that the information of birthing, creating, I had what I believe early this morning, a dream scene, a couple of them, and I remember specific ones that were potentially what I feel like were past life memories, snippets of being a healer, midwife, a healer, a midwife, and birthing in 2 different babies, a female and a male. I remember being that and that happening, like I visually can remember seeing that. And then the second dream, there was a bizarreness because what also came through the dream was a low-flying like crop dusting type plane spraying fields again, but it doesn't associate with the and again, dreams don't have to make sense because they're, again, timelines, dimensions. They are past life remembrances. However, your soul is showing you this information, and there's information, there's meaning behind it. And so I, got curious and looked at the meaning behind that. And then the last dream, yarrow was coming through. If you know what yarrow is, it's a wild plant, very medicinal, and then white roses. So yarrow is white. And white roses are significant. 202. 1111 is going to be significant for this message. It's just a key code, whether it's just a resonant number, the 222 portal, which is coming up in a couple days. It is February 20th, 2026. There's a lot of 2s. If you resonate with the 2s like I do. 211. I also woke up seeing 123 and then also 321. So those basically are mirrored images, which I thought was fascinating because I saw 123 and then wrote 321 and then saw 123 again. So seeing those mirrored numbers, all right, seeing the mirroring of numbers. It's going to be significant as well. I'm not quite sure what we want to talk about today. What I want to talk about, what the team wants to bring through. We're having this super conscious conversation. I'm having coffee, so I've been doing things a little differently. Having my watermelon water and my greens powder first. I did a little bit of a workout, a little bit of a strength workout, some movement. I've got my bowl of watermelon over here. It is, I don't know, I'm gonna give you the time because I'm guided to look at my watch. It is 9:56, and yes, we are in all of these cosmic convergence. So remember, as above, so below. So remember, we're very directly connected to the universe, to the cosmos, to the planets, and everything that the planets move through. Okay, there's no coincidence, ever. All right, and then we have this 222 portal coming up. In January, we had a double portal, and then February had a double portal. With the 1-1 portal, the 1-1-1 portal, and now we had the 2-2 portal, and then the 2-2-2 portal. And then after that, March, there'll just be the one portal. I mean, there's always portals, but when it comes to like the specific days, okay? I had to take a moment and pause to figure out what day it is because I really, again, highly suggest that if you are really obsessed with calendars and time and schedules, that this is the time to surrender that as much as possible and anywhere in your life that you can surrender that to. So quit paying as much attention to schedules and time and calendars and days. So it's this day, that day, and another day. So it's this day, yesterday was that day, and tomorrow is another day. Right? It has helped so much. And when you start doing that and then paying less attention to what time it is, 444 on the timer, because you'll see the synchronicities and codes. Like when you're guided to look at the clock and things like that, things will be more magical. But again, you have to become more present. So again, by releasing the control of the needing to know what day, what time, what's coming next type of thing, and then being more present, confirmation, excuse me, you also collapse time, and time speeds up. I mean, time has already been speeding up, but in your own personal world, you'll know that it speeds up even more so. So we're wearing yellow today. I was like, what do I put on? So I got a little orange on my pants. It says love, old school Aeropostale in love pink. I've had these for 10 plus years. I don't know how long I've had these. So my reminder to tell you to love yourself and mean it. Put yourself first always, okay? Still detoxing here. So, and again, the dream scene, the remembrance, like I said, it felt like more like a past life memory. Because I know I've been a shaman and a healer and a midwife and all of that in past lives. I don't need to know the details. If I'm meant to remember that for whatever reason, I will remember it. It'll be remembered. I don't try to go chase remembrance of my past lives. Yes, as humans, our egos were like, yeah, what were we in a past life here on planet Earth? Because you've had many past lives outside of just here on planet Earth, everywhere, the cosmos, the galaxies, other planets, other star systems, all of it. Okay, if you didn't tap into all of the content that me and the team brought through yesterday, I highly recommend whatever you're called to, because there was a lot that came through. Some light language, some explanation of light language, some integration tools, because you've been integrating since this triple activation portal and then today. So there's a lot. So like I've mentioned, for me personally, because I share my personal experience, every few months I go through major upgrades, light body upgrades, codes, activations, expansion, and I think I've been going through one this particular month. With the team doing a lot of different work. And again, I shared a little bit of that in a video yesterday, but also as well as the downloads and the activations. It's so important to continue to remind not just myself, but the beautiful souls that receive my frequency, my energy, my flavor, my color, my essence. And however you meant that, or however you receive that, again, out of curiosity, because you click play, I rolled up in your feed, however that was, you resonate with my frequency, my energy, and my experiences. All right, I just got off a track. My brain just went, where were we going with this? All right, it'll come back. So we were talking about integration. So I did a video on integration yesterday. I did a video on explaining the benefits of light language and how that works. Later in the day, I was guided to pull some cards. I was also guided to talk about the collective going through their dark night of the soul. Individually, some of you might be going through that right now, but the stuff that you're seeing on the world stage, yes, it is a stage, everyone. It is. Just some information around what that looks like. Again, you can go watch the video, or even just get curious and go check that out. Go do your own little deep dive on that, on what a soul, dark night of the soul looks like for individuals, as well as a collective consciously, the collective consciousness is going through a dark night of the soul as well. Okay. All right. So, and they're very similar. It just is like on masses versus individually. All right. So just understand that what's taking place is necessary and has to take place. All right. No matter how dark, nefarious, ugly, uncomfortable, whatever it's stirring up inside you, because remember, whatever it's stirring up inside of you is mirroring to you what you need to clean house, right? So if you're being triggered and activated and feel some kind of way, perfect. It gives you the opportunity to go deeper and ask, where's the root cause of this? Where can I work on this and let it go? And you can just choose to do that. You don't have to specifically know this is attached to this moment in time. You just choose to work on that, let it go, see it, go into a meditative state, a contemplative state, take yourself to that spot. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I forgive you, thank you, I love you, thank you for teaching me do the thing, okay? I've done videos on that before. All right. So today, again, Saturn and Neptune being at that 0 degrees in Aries again, I will write down cosmic convergences or stuff when I get it through my feeds and my channeled information, and I'll share it with you. Again, get curious on what that might mean for you. All right, watched a movie last night, an older movie with John Cusack and is it Diane Lane? Under the Tuscan Sun. She's in Under the Tuscan Sun, which is one of my favorite movies. And it was really interesting because, again, my partner's name came up in the movie. The number 14 showed up as well. And then a large fountain at the end, which I just laughed because that's full-blown confirmation from a channeled message, a channeled tarot reading that I listen to for confirmation. Like this, I don't know. I lose track. I just like know that certain things because I don't usually see fountains as a confirmation. But we know what a fountain looks like. And there's a lot of symbolism behind fountains. I haven't gone down the deep dive, but what's coming through right now is just that overabundance, overflowing. All right, so you're going to be overflowing with this abundant flow energy because water's very abundant and it flows. And in a fountain, it just continuous this up and out, up and out, up and out. Okay, so I'm going to have to go a little deeper in that. So the fountains are going to be significant, okay? I was just guided to share that. So I didn't have a lot to write down this morning. Like I said, I got up, had about 10 hours of sleep. I meditated last night. Again, had the remembrance. Like I said, I think it was more of a remembrance of a past life, being that shaman. And the scenes were completely different. It was 2 different situations where a female child was born and then a male child was born, which I thought was fascinating because that's the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine child. Take what resonates, okay? That's what's coming through for me. All right, so when I listen to music, and I have a lot that I listen to over and over, if your clairaudience works like mine does, you hear messages in public, you're guided to pay your attention, or you're receiving, you have basically like amplifiers, so you hear other people's conversations because your highest, your team is guiding you to pay attention because there's something in that conversation that you're meant to hear. You hear things in lyrics, in music, and you might be hearing things in a song that you've listened to hundreds of times, but now you hear it completely different. It completely resonates different. It activates you, it triggers you, it wakes up codes, whatever. So that's what happens with me. And I'm like in the middle of my workout, jotting. So these are just some things that came through that I thought was very relevant to share with the collective that receives my messages, that hangs out with me during these cosmic super conscious conversations, okay? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And it is a song, and this is a remix. A lot of what I listen to is like dance remix, clubs type stuff, okay? Starting today, we must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and begin again. And I've said this many times. If you've been through this awakening process, you may just be waking up. Sirens are significant. I've been hearing sirens, fast moving energy, chariot type energy, 8 of Wands energy for the last few days. Like it goes through phases as sirens, as a synchronicity sign and a key code for me. So sirens are significant. Hopefully that's not a sign in the sense that somebody in your life is going to transition or go through a tower moment where they could have a health crisis or something. I'm hoping that's not it. If that's the case, I'm sending all the light, love, healing, energy, and frequency your way. If that's, you know, something that's happened to you and that was just a confirmation, okay? So I send all the light, love, healing, frequency, and energy for that. All right. So yes, we can. Starting today, continuing, we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off, and we begin again. It's really loud. We're rebuilding anew. That's what we're doing. We're going to be rebuilding anew. Yes, we can, okay? And then another song came in like another couple songs down, and it says we begin again. So they kind of like threaded together. Again, I love how the team kind of just works in my playlist like that. So we begin again, we rise up with all of our might. We lead the way with our hearts and with love. There is no limit, we begin again. Let's live our lives to the fullest, even when it rains. And it's raining today, okay? So we're living our lives to the fullest even when it rains. We are not meant to be the same. You are not the same. You are never going to be the same, okay? The light comes from you. The light comes from me. The light comes from us. I walk in my unshaken truth. I walk in my truth unshaken inside, okay? You are living life, all right? You are living a life you are obsessed with, okay? So this is just like bits and pieces that kind of weaved in together. So I'm going to read that one more time, all right? And you can pause, write this down, affirm this. I begin, you can say I, okay? So let's say I begin again. I rise up with all of my might. I lead the way with my heart and with love. There is no limit. I begin again. Let's live our lives to the fullest, even when it rains. I am not meant to be the same. The light comes from within me, within you, within us. I walk in my truth, unshaken inside. You are now living a life you are obsessed with, okay? So take what resonates, all right? And again, just a reminder, we've got that 222 portal coming up, and some things you can do for that is, again, I just listened to another channel message that's a huge karmic opportunity for a more karmic clearing and releasing. You can do different things like sacred baths, massagings of the hands and the feet, foot baths. Again, conscious meditation, take yourself to the wounded areas that are still unhealed, that are ready to be released, that have been stirred up with everything that's been going on. Honor that. Walk barefoot if you're able to, as always. Ground, allow nature to help you transmute that energy, okay? So there's just, you can look at different practices and rituals if you feel called to. Again, I always say, if you have rituals and practices, perfect. You can add to those, but don't do it because you're doing it for the sake of. Do it because your soul's calling to you, your physical body's calling you to say, yes, we are ready to release this stuck energy, this karmic energy, whatever it is, okay? So it's good to have certain practices, okay? So I was guided to pull out my journal from last year, because this journal, again, went from October, I can't talk. Again, my channel's being cleared, my throat chakra's been upgrading, so my words have not been coming out smooth. So this journal lasted about October to March, and now I barely get a month out of a journal. That tells you how journaling is so good for a lot of reasons. I didn't plan, it just started when my partner bought me this on October of 2024 for my birthday, and it just it was meant to. He was guided to do that because journaling has been so profound through this awakening process. And it's a lot of automatic writing. I don't know what I've been writing unless I revisit it or share it with you. Oh, that's what I wrote. That's what came through. It's very therapeutic, but also affirming this, and you're able to release these things. You can release karmic energies and stuck energies and things like that also by journaling. It's so magical, okay? So the 222 portal, it's open, all right? It's 2:20 today. So what I wrote down, well, I'm gonna share with you what I wrote down on the 18th of last year. So today is a beautiful day of opportunity. And this came through a short meditation I used to listen to often. And it's just something you can write down and look at, especially when you're struggling. So today is a beautiful day of opportunity. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And this is flagged for some reason. I have no idea why that's flagged. This page is, okay? I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I open myself to the universe, to source, to my highest, and trust the unfolding of my beautiful life. All right, so I wrote that a lot throughout last year, and I would highly recommend writing. Today is a beautiful day of opportunity. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I open myself to the universe, to source, to my highest, and trust the unfolding of my beautiful life. All right, and then for the 220, I've got 220 here written to the 222 portal opening. Believe in your Believe in your greatness. You are a powerful being. All right? Believe in the goodness of humanity. Believe in the guidance of source, confirmation, and your higher self. All right? Focus on what you want to grow. Focus on you. Okay? Not what you fear might happen. Perfect that I'm guided to share this today. We are the dreamers and we are the manifestors. You are the creator of your reality. Or dream wisely and boldly of a world that, I can't read the word, what it is. So dream wisely and dream boldly of a world that you want to create. Okay? Wow. All right. Again, everything has been ending because this is through conscious choices of humans deciding to be the heroes in their everyday life. Now I know why they wanted me to go back, because I don't remember writing any of this. So remember that dark night of the soul, the chaos that you might be experiencing. I highly suggest don't pay your attention to that. Please, please, please don't. All right, but this has been ending through a conscious choice. We consciously chose this. Humans deciding to be the heroes of their everyday lives. Choosing love when hate was easier. Choosing truth when lies were safer. Choosing courage when fear roars loud. Holy hell. Thank you, team. Earth is beautiful. Love. Epic adventures. Amazing. Unite, dear ones. We are the new dawn. So I wrote that last year on this day. And then my next journal entry is on the 22nd. So maybe I'll share that then. Not now, then. So that was pretty cool. Thank you, team. So it's time to unite, dear ones. We are the new dawn. Because we chose love when hate was easier. We chose truth when lies were safer. By choosing courage when fear roared loud. Earth is a beautiful place. Okay? Love, epic, and amazing. Woo! Chef's kiss. Thank you. That was beautiful, team. I just never know. I just never know how the team wants to create and play. But that was magical, as always. Always. That's why journaling is magic. And I don't look back at everything. I don't sit and look back. I just, if I'm guided to sit and look at what this year was last year, because last year went by that, like a flash in the pan. So when I'm guided to look back, I'm really guided to share that card too. I keep looking at it. It says, catch some joy, which bees are going to be significant. Honey is significant. Very super important to be consuming honey, raw, organic honey or raw local honey as much as possible. There are source codes in there, especially when you can't get sunlight. Have reverence to the bees. All right. And like lemon water, honey, ginger. So I had a lemon ginger honey drink yesterday. I use ginger powder, lemon juice, and honey and salt. It's going to help with the flushing and detoxing of the physical body as well. But I'm guided to show you this card, and it says, actually I'm now guided to show you these two cards I have sitting over here. I'm really drawn to catch some joy and then sunshine. So let's go grab those real quick. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is an empty card that I just bought because I loved it. It says catch some joy. This probably is backwards, but there's bees all over this. All right, and there's nothing inside except for bees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the inside. Guided to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, 2 plus 6, 8. So 8, 8. I love playing the scavenger hunt, the treasure hunt. Yes, there are times I get really frustrated. Don't get me wrong, but I love the treasure hunt. All right. This is the card my partner got me for my birthday. before he went back to Africa. And of course, there's bees on here. Sunflowers and sunshine and purple flowers are going to be significant. And this is our reunion after we had been separated, after I pulled the ripcord to go through, start my awakening process and healing journey. The healing power of the smiley face. The healing power of the smiling face. Smiles are recommended from the ages of 1 to 101. So that's 111. I cried when I got this because it was just so profoundly perfect. Smiles have been known to induce silliness. Sorry, not stillness. So smiles have been known to induce silliness. Side effects may include laughing, doing cartwheels, and an urge to draw more smileys. Now, while I was reading this, while doing cartwheels, when he gave this to me at a coffee shop, 2 children were outside with their mother at a coffee shop, which we don't usually see littles at the coffee shop we're at, and they were doing cartwheels on the sidewalk. So again, just this perfect divine alignment. All right. Smileys chase away the blues. Last but not least, smileys may become habit forming. Sending lots of smileys your way. So I was really guided. These are 2 cards I have sitting out over on my other, like I said, sacred space or altar, and just very guided to share with you today for this cosmic super conscious conversation. So thanks for hanging out with me while I drink my coffee. Now at some point I have to go into the wild and get some more watermelon and some fruit, because I basically ate all fruit yesterday. I had a few plantain chips, and the whole rest of the day was basically watermelon, goji berries, pineapple, mango, and bananas. And I buy the big bags of frozen fruit and I let them thaw. And then I eat like a bowl of fruit. It's usually been like mangoes, pineapple, and banana combination. And then I just do my watermelon first thing in the morning. So, all right. So, I'm gonna pull 1 card. I say 1 card from the Moonology deck, because again, we're still kind of hanging at the back end of this energy. I just want to see if there's any finishing messages for the collective this morning that has decided to hang out with me until this point. So thank you again. Do all the things if you're called to, like, subscribe, share, comment. All right. Breathe through these tensions. Okay. Breathe through the tension. Okay. And then it's time to go for it. Okay. It is time to go for it. This is Aries. My son is in Aries, by the way. So I thought that's really cool that he's the beginning of the zodiac. I didn't know that. I didn't really pay attention. The more channeled messages I get, that stuff like resonates and hits and actually solidifies into the system, the operating system. So new moon in Aries, it's time to go for it. All right. Trust in the universe. Trust the universe. Push through any insecurities that you're continuing to kind of struggle with. Sunflowers again. It's time to shine, baby, shine. Shine, baby, shine. All right. And we've got Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, which the new moon was in Aquarius. In Aries, we got Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, Cancer, and Leo energy here as well. All right. So thanks for hanging out. I love you, beautiful souls, and I will see you on the next one. And like I said, if you get curious, go check all the freaking content that we created yesterday. Holy hell. It has to be at this point one of the most the most abundant of content that we have created. And today it would be, is today 99 of FreQSpeak, of 111 days of sharing my real raw frequency and energy with you, beautiful souls. So thanks for hanging out with me. I don't feel like this right now. This is what I'm doing. I don't need to know what's next, even though my ego is constantly trying to take me down that rabbit hole of what source has next planned for me, what my highest has planned. So I continue to show up daily for myself, to do things daily that I love to do, filling my own cup because it's just me, myself, and I. Okay? And I feel you, hear you, and see you if you are also sitting in the me. It's me, myself, and I energy. So I feel you. Sending all the light, love, healing frequency, energies, compassion, codes, activations your way. Until the next time, we'll see you soon. Bye.